Hello, hello, hello. You know, maybe I should stop the Russian accent intros. Now I'm thinking about it. The Russian accent, just a little, forethought. Let me close these, by the way, just cause maybe it'll lag the stream out. Who knows? And Baba Booey, we got that open. Now you can take the mouse back and rearrange your shit however you want. I hope everyone's doing well today. I hit the tweet button, right?
I have no idea.
99% sure I did. But I always got to be a bit anxious that I didn't.
The amount of times that you have not done it.
Yeah, I did it.
Alright.
I did it. We're
Proud
good.
of you.
You know, the other day, Tessa Violet liked one of my posts.
I have no idea who that is.
She's someone who, A, was an OG vlogger back in the day on YouTube. B, she makes music now that I don't know if you'd like, but I think it's good. Sometimes I listen to, I'm sorry, Tessa, sometimes I'm like, that part wasn't for me. But like overall, I like her music. But no, since she's like an OG YouTuber, I made a post about my analytics a year ago today. You know what they looked like versus the past, versus what it looks like now, which is a huge difference. So, she's probably, as a YouTuber, appreciating that. Like, look at that grind go.
Yeah.
In only a year, you went from a channel that got, like, maybe 500 views in a year to a channel that gets over 150,000 views a year. That's a year's growth.
Yeah.
And that's fucking nuts. Like, absolutely nuts. That's why shorts are OP, bro.
Yeah.
Shorts are overpowered.
You know what else I've heard is pretty kind of like OP in the algorithm?
Clips?
Polls. Like on the community tab.
Yeah.
Polls.
I just got my community tab, but, since I just got, I don't have a kind of channel that'll pop up like that. I don't think.
Like, even on my channel, like, I'll get, like...
Oh, yeah, polls that you're not subscribed to from people.
For random people with, like, not a lot of
And
subscribers.
I'll end up, like, mindlessly answering them.
Yeah. Like, this channel will have, like, 1,000 subscribers, and their poll will pop up.
But, like, does that gain you subs? I don't think so.
I feel like
I've never once looked at a channel.
I feel like people probably do, though.
And also, a lot of times when I notice I haven't subscribed to them, I hit X and make it so I don't see them anymore.
Yeah, but I mean...
It's like a...
I feel
both,
like...
maybe.
Yeah, and I feel like the right thing, like, if one popped up on your thing and it was like Zerg, Terran, or Protoss poll, and you weren't subscribed to them, you'd probably click on the channel and watch a couple of videos.
No, I've seen that, by the way. But also, I've only seen it from people I'm subscribed to.
That's fair.
Because, like, StarCraft, I'm already subscribed to everyone that matters for the most part.
Yeah.
Or than anyone I'm into.
I feel like you'd be more likely to give the channel a shot, though.
Maybe, but like I said, I don't look at the polls and think, oh, I should go to their channel. Not once. I'm just like, I'm looking for videos whenever I see the polls.
Yeah.
So, like, And also, like, for StarCraft, I tend to save the videos for when I'm going to bed, actually.
That's fair.
Because it's way more calming. If someone's screaming about, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening, these people are dying over here, like, it's calming to me.
Yeah.
Like, just listening to someone casting a StarCraft game is just, it's sleep time for me. I don't know, it's that comfort zone.
Have you tried war reenactments?
I don't know, some people listen to, like, gang music, like gang rapping, or like, pep out, you hear gunshots going off.
That's fair, honestly, I can't even say anything, because
Or metal!
I've definitely listened to, like, metal and like, rap going to bed.
I actually saw a post earlier on, like, Facebook or Twitter that was someone complaining about, like, being the asshole for never hanging out with them again, because at night they played metal music to fall asleep, and they turned it off. Or, no. It was a post that was like, it was our first date, they picked me up, they were playing god-awful metal, I'm quoting them, they were playing god-awful metal music, and they turned it off, or lowered it, and they immediately made an illegal U-turn and dropped them off without saying a fucking word. Like, I get it. If you turned off my music like that without saying anything, without being like, oh, I'm not a big fan of this song, like, okay, I get it, I'll change the song. But just turning it off, like, goddamn, that's some entitlement there to my car. And I sound like an asshole for saying that, probably.
No, honestly, like, fuck you, I'm driving, it's my car.
It's our first date, if you hate my music right off the bat, then that's a red flag to the relationship.
Yeah, like, don't touch my radio.
I feel like, music isn't something you have to, like the other person's, but I feel like it makes that first step of the relationship much easier nowadays.
I saw one, though, it was a TikTok, it was like, terrible first date or something, or how I knew it was going to be a terrible first date or something like that. And it was, like, a reenactment, and she was, like, she got in the car, and he, like, put on, like, super, like, woman-hating, male manipulator pop punk,
Jesus Christ.
Like, just straight up, like, the story so far.
Aw.
Or some shit like that. Like, I don't remember what the
I hate
song
my
was.
mom. My town sucks.
No,
I
more
beat
like-
a woman behind a dumpster.
Jesus Christ. No, but more like, I don't know. I don't even know, like, a good example.
There's no one here yet, Mike, so I can
No.
sing that shit without getting canceled.
I don't listen to enough pop punk to, like, know an example.
I mean, the only pop punk I listen to is Scotty. And I don't know if I consider him pop punk or, like, more rock punk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or, like, radio rock or something
Yeah.
like that.
Because, like, you've said his songs are pop punk before, but, like,
I
I don't know if I, like...
I feel like there's such a... Pop punk has kind of become more of a blanket term. There's, like, other things within pop punk. Like, there's,
Yeah.
like...
In my head, pop punk means, like, neck deep.
Yeah. So, but, like, pop punk, like, the Blink-182 style of pop punk, and, like, the, like, Mom Jeans, or, like...
Carl, where's
No, the
Mom
band
Jeans?
Mom Jeans.
I know,
not
but,
that
like, no one but anyone from our area.
Literally.
If anyone understands Carl wears mom jeans, you're from our area and you know who we're thinking of.
But,
I went to school with the Carl,
yeah.
and he indeed wore mom jeans every damn day.
But, like,
Maybe the same pair, we don't know.
But, like, the Blink-182 style of pop punk, and, like, the neck deep, and, like, everything, like, all the stuff that falls into, like, that genre, and then the, like, the Wonder Years, or, like, not the Wonder Years, like,
I was gonna say, the Wonder Years they don't feel very punk to me. But then again, you have learned over
Pop
the years,
punk and
I
punk.
suck at genrering music.
Pop punk and punk are two very different things. So.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, they don't feel as much, like, of the punk of pop punk, the Wonder Years to me. They feel way more pop, or, like, maybe even something like country punk, or something like that.
Nah, it's more like emo punk,
Mm.
pop punk, emo pop, I don't know. But, like, the Blink-182 style is very much so more, like, upbeat pop, like, radio friendly.
Yeah.
And then, like, there's, like, emo punk.
Then there's
emo pop.
MGK punk pop.
Oh,
I can't believe I used to defend that music. I liked that album. I liked a lot of songs on that album. Then he came out with Emo Girl. And I just can no longer ever defend MGK's music. Ever. Like, I've seen people rag on the Paramore cover he did, which I like. I get the parts that they don't like are, like, definitely maybe not, like, mainstream good for music.
You won't catch me defending MGK.
I know, but, like, I'm saying, like, just from a, like, neutral perspective, without taking him into consideration, I like a lot of his songs. But, after Emo Girl, I can't say that he makes good music anymore. Ever. Ever.
I don't even think the pop punk album, like, that you liked was, like, you're, like...
There were some songs that I thought were trash.
By all means, like, you have every right to like it. I just don't think it... I don't like a lot of pop punk in general. I'm very picky with pop punk.
Well, you've never really liked
anyway.
pop punk for the most part.
Yeah, I'm very... Like, I like Mom Jeans. I like some The Wonder Years songs. I like a couple of the Story So Far songs. I like State Champs, that one album that they keep re-releasing.
They're like the Bethesda with Skyrim of the fucking music industry.
It's a good album. They keep re-releasing it.
It makes them
album.
money.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Todd is thinking of Bethesda. Skyrim makes us money. Release it for the 16th time.
Yeah.
They're literally in double digits for how often they've. I wonder if I can Google that. I wonder if I could Google how many times Skyrim's been released.
But like, there are some pop punk bands that I like. Sorority Noise has some good songs.
Okay, I lied. 7 times in the past 10 years.
Still,
That's fucking nuts.
almost once a year.
It's like once. It's way more than once every other year. Like, Jesus Christ. I mean, they keep releasing it on new consoles.
That basically means that they released it, waited 3 years, and just started re-releasing it.
I mean, like,
after.
the thing is like, Bethesda as a company, I want to love. Because I loved them in the past. They were, like, a fan favorite for, like, their games. Even though Bethesda took the Fallout series and changed it completely. From Fallout 1 to Fallout 2, it was like a top-down click, type deal.
Yeah.
So, I do like it, because my first game was Fallout 3, so, like, I prefer Bethesda's Fallout. And, like, I loved Skyrim. Morrowind, I couldn't play because it was too old. Like, the mechanics just kind of pissed me off based on new, like, Elder Scrolls mechanics. Oblivion, fucking fantastic. I really am like looking forward to the Elder Scrolls 6, but I am so fucking worried now.
Didn't they just put out a big DLC for the online thing too?
I don't know. I tried I literally bought the Elder Scrolls Online, like a membership. I played for 30 minutes and refunded.
Wow.
Like, and I fucking love that world. Like, I've spent literally dozens of hours watching lore videos on those worlds. So, like, the fact that I just was like, the mechanics suck, this game sucks, I'm out 30 minutes into it, either is A, I didn't give it enough of a shot. Obviously, I didn't, probably. Like, MMOs, for the most part, don't get good for a lot of it, but I was like, the controls pissed me off. Every single, like, the tutorial, every single thing it told me to do, I'm like, why wouldn't you use this button instead? Why would you do this?
Can I be honest with you? The new Star Wars game that you really liked, I forgot what it was called, that
Jedi Fallen Order, or whatever.
I kind of felt that way.
I can get that, but, like, you know, as you're used to, like, Souls games. That's the thing. Like, you're looking for, like, a Souls experience out of this, because that's how people compared it. Yeah. And, like, as someone who, at that point, had never touched... Well, I had touched Dark Souls 2 for, like, an hour, maybe. But I was dying to the same dude over and over again. So, like, it wasn't really playing the game. I guess that is playing the game. But, like, you know, before... Yeah. I was dying to the dude that before you get to the robed woman...
I think you also just didn't understand it then.
Yeah, that too.
Like, you seem to be just starting to understand.
Well, I, like, understood, like, the gist, like, is you're supposed to struggle, die, and learn. Yeah. And, like...
But it seems like the last, like, 2 episodes of Dark Souls 3, it seems like you're just starting to really get...
The meta, almost. Yeah. Yeah, but, like...
Like, it seemed like the last episode you really enjoyed it.
I mean, I didn't enjoy the grinding, per se. Just because I don't like grinding in games. It's just monotonous. It's not what I'm there for. I'm there for the story 90% of the time. But Dark Souls, you're not there for the story.
You seemed to be having a much better time, though.
Yeah. I also like how the first 12 minutes so far have just been us talking.
I kind of forgot we were live.
It's the most real shit, though. Like, that's the best conversations when you're live, is the fact that you can just rip off. And the shitty thing is Witch King's not even here to enjoy it. Yeah. Like, that's the worst part.
Because we're an hour early.
Probably. He was not expecting this shit whatsoever. I've been streaming at like 5 for the past week. Yeah. So we're 2 hours earlier if we think about that. Yeah. Like, well, it's almost 4. It's almost 4 already.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. The video game. The video game, you know, you're making good money. I think you're right now you're worried about... I feel like we should recap where you're at as a country.
Yeah, so let's go...
You know, you're making good money. 2.3 is good. Manpower, you just need to wait. You're very low on. Yeah.
But
you're at...
We kind of already... Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit annoying.
We kind of already discussed, like, we need to just kind of hang.
We need to hang till at least maybe 10,000, 15,000. Yeah. Because if you wanted to go to war with a smaller nation, if you wanted to wage war with Muscovy, you might need to wait to full. But if we...
I think we were back and forth on whether to deal with Muscovy or to just go south.
Because, like, if we look at Muscovy, they have the 4th strongest army that you know of at 32,000. Their force limit is 42. Your force limit is 37. You're about to get a bunch more. I think you're getting another 10 stack or something like that, or a 12 stack or something that you're building there. I think we were at least, you know, building up our military strength, because, like, the AI will look at your military strength when they're deciding to declare war on you. Like, I've had so many circumstances where I'm, like, trying to not have a neighbor declare war on me, and then I fuck up a battle, right? And, like, I stack wipe 30,000 troops, mine are gone completely, and they're like, ooh, next month they declare war on me. I'm like, well, this save is done for. I have such a crippling issue in this game where I start losing one big war, and I'm fucking done with the save file. I would be able to survive, and I just lose, like, 5 provinces, and that's not okay in my brain. Yeah. I hate that.
So,
also, let me maybe move this a bit closer to you.
I think, course of action right now, I think not dealing with Muscovy is too dangerous.
You think so?
The
thing is, like, we need to look at their allies. We need to look at, you know.
I mean, obviously not right this second.
Oh yeah.
Build up way more manpower, but
you need to be at your force limit at least.
I think going south is.
Oh my god, the fizz is pink.
Like, I wanted to just go south and get to the water, but I think it's too dangerous to.
Especially, like, you don't even know this, but, like, Hormuz. Just go back down a little bit. Down south. Once you start feeding India into your, like, trade nodes, it gets pretty fucking good down there.
Yeah.
Because, like, India, it's quote-unquote the spice trade, historically for a
Yeah.
lot of it. India had silk and spices.
Yeah.
So much money was coming out of India
Yeah.
for centuries.
I do think leaving Muscovy be is too dangerous.
That is a thing, but, like, you might want to work on maybe getting Lithuania or Novgorod on your side. Lithuania is going to be hard because they are a different religion than you. That actually is like a big factor. I think that's 15 different, like, you know how the point system works, how you can be like negative, positive. I think that's like 15 of those points.
So what do I have right now? I have the Great Horde and Chagatai.
You have Chagatai as your vassal and the Great Horde as your ally. Allies might not join the war depending on the circumstances. And apparently, hover over him, you're supporting the independence of that guy.
Yeah.
So and the thing is like that, they could declare their independence war while you're at war with Muscovy. Which would make you at war with Muscovy and the Timurids.
So it would be better to move south, then, probably.
Maybe not. Because Sistan might not. And also, if they declare war and they have, like, 3 other vassals on their side, they might be able to just handle the Timurids by themselves at this point. Because the Timurids are not all that strong. Actually, 28,000, force limit is 34,000. Technically, you're a stronger military nation than they are. But all of them together, like Timurid's power is in their vassals. If we click on them, you are. Oh, I guess we need that up. You can see, those light blue, Sistan, Afghanistan, Trans, and then this one. They used to own Ajam. Those are cores. The green lines mean that they have cores over that territory. The yellow lines mean claims. So, it's really up to you because this is your save file. I'm not trying to dictate what you want to do. I'm not saying either are bad ideas, by the way. Both are probably good ideas for you. It's just whether you have the ability and skill to defeat Muscovy.
Yeah.
Because there's some hidden things that you don't know about, like Muscovy. You know how you have these, starting traditions. Muscovies, I think, are for their army.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they have plus 10 to shock damage, which is huge early game.
Yeah.
Like they have like better morale. Like their army is fucking good. And the game developers designed Muscovy to be the one most often to form Russia.
Yeah.
So you as a horde and Muscovy as like a feudal nation, you have a lot of disadvantages going into this. That's why when you roll Newsback, I'm like, it's possible, but it's also difficult, which is probably a good first game for you.
Yeah.
Technically, the first game I decided to do, which was after watching like maybe 20 to 50 hours of EU4 I was watching, I decided to play as the Great Old Horde back in the day. It was the Golden Horde. It did not go well.
I don't know. The way I'm looking at it realistically is as
This tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
As nice as going south would be and getting to waterfront, having that trading,
Start getting boats.
I think there's too much of a chance of
Muscovy killing you.
Yeah, like I'm in the midst of fighting with the Timurids and Muscovy's just like.
Eventually, Muscovy, at first the AI is probably going to be a lot more focused on Novgorod since they still exist. Mm-hmm. They have, usually that's what they want to do.
They've already touched Novgorod a couple of
times. Well, yeah, but
though.
Usually what they do is they get rid of Novgorod first, is what I'm saying. Like, completely.
Yeah.
Or, like, Novgorod has a few provinces left. So that's why I'm saying it might still be... Novgorod is weak as fuck, right? At this point, especially since they've lost, like, 1 or 2 wars to Muscovy. But it might be good in the sense of, like, you gotta think, keeping Muscovy's army distracted while you siege provinces is a good thing.
Well,
also, hey, Witch King.
Hey, my thought is it would be smarter to hold off on doing anything until Muscovy is distracted by Novgorod, and then just...
That's possible, yes.
Fuck them.
That's also possible, but you also have to think, like, if you're the leader of the war, right? Novgorod can separate peace out when they have... So, like, this would be easier to explain if we were currently at war. I could show you how, like... There's war exhaustion, and there's also, AI has, like, a rating on how much... war enthusiasm is, I think it's called. And, like, they will, if they have low war enthusiasm, they are way more likely to separate peace out and be like, fuck this, I'm out. And then you have a huge problem on your hands, and now their focus is completely on you. But, like, you have even less control over that if Novgorod is in a separate war. The thing is, it's like, That's not like a big difference. It's just in my head, I think personally, it's better to be the controller of them and be your ally. But they're also, it's a lot of personal preference in this game of like how you like to expand, because I think both are equally reasonable.
I don't know. I think waiting until I'm at capacity for troops and Muscovy does something not dumb necessarily, but they, if they go,
They overextend.
Yeah, and then in a situation like that too, I think the Great Horde's gonna be more likely to join in.
Oh right, we're 4 hours apart from Portugal. Witch King, actually, big news in America. We're staying on daylight savings time forever.
Are we?
The Senate unanimously voted yes.
Thanks.
So it has to go through Congress
So
and the president, but Biden's gonna say yes. The Congress is gonna say yes. But we are never changing the clocks again.
Thank God.
Honestly, I'm so happy. I was literally a week and a half ago talking to my mom about it. Like, it's so dumb. We don't need it anymore. The farmers, they can just set an alarm clock differently. They know what to do. They're farmers. They're the professionals. So, like, America did something right in the voting for once. Our government did something I'm proud of for once. Like, I have never been proud of something.
Literally just changing the clock.
Yeah, but like, fucking the dude from the Daily Show, the one Trevor Noah, he put it like in a great way. He's like, it's fantastic to know that John Mulaney would wake up on the day that the clocks changed and be like, I can't believe I have to fucking change this shit. Did I say John Mulaney?
You did.
Okay, so I don't know who I meant. My brain just went to Mussolini, which is worse. That's the Italian leader during World War II.
Anyway.
But no, like, it's good to know that, like, everyone in Congress was, like, that had the same experience every time the clocks changed. Like, motherfucker, I hate this bullshit. Why do we have to do this? We don't have to do this anymore.
Right.
To the point where that's, like, it never happens where they're 100% of them all agree, like, yeah, it's bullshit.
Because it's not an actual, like, political issue. It's literally...
It's just a way of life issue. A daily...
And nobody likes it. There's not a person on the planet that's like...
No,
no, this is a necessary good
It's like,
thing.
oh, the clock's changed. Yes.
Yeah, the only reason people are ever excited is when we get an extra hour of sleep.
Yeah, fair. Also, Witch King, you have to wait for like 50 different countries to vote on it. We only had to, wait for 50 states.
Is that not kind of the same thing?
Yeah, I know, but at least we meet. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. We're dumb Americans, Mike. That's one thing you have to
are
realize.
ignorant as fuck.
Like,
anyway.
one time I was in a live stream for Pig. He's a StarCraft 2 streamer. And they were talking about, like, he's an Aussie. So they were talking about, like, a certain pie. And, like, I was like, I don't know. The pies that I got at Walmart were pretty small, but pretty good. Like, I think they're talking about mini pies. And that's, like, a specific thing. It's not a literal pie. It's like a different kind of food. He's like, oh no, the hat guy, it's like an Aussie thing. And I'm like, oh sorry, I'm just a stupid American who thinks everything's about him or his country. I feel like that's the best way to dissolve that situation. It's like, dumb American, am I right, guys?
Alright, anyway, we have not played the game for a second.
Yeah, and it's been 23 minutes, but like,
let's at least unpause.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, we've also talked about last stream, I think, how Oriat isn't a go right now.
Yeah.
Because, A, they have Mongolia. Oh, there's your revolt going off, by the way. Hit go to so it can take you to the province, then you can hit OK and zoom in. See, they're fighting your units, and you should win that fight if if you select it, you can keep track of it, but you should win that fight, no problem. They have you can see that, minus under their troops, by the way?
No, where? Oh, yes.
That means they took a penalty of some kind. So, yeah, they took a terrain penalty. So, select the troops. And you can see down there, see that -1? They took a penalty because of the forest. Although they rolled a fucking 9, which is the highest you can roll in the fire phase. At least it's only the fire phase. But I feel like now that you've gotten into the game a bit more, we should talk about this screen a bit. So, I'll take the mouse just for a second so A, they can know what I'm talking about without me just being like, oh, that, and all they can see is me pointing on the webcam.
That's fair.
So, if you look right here, this is discipline. Discipline, morale, and then tactics. All these will end up going up either because you have, say, reinforced speed, land force. None of them, you don't have any of them hireable right now, but you can have morale increased by 10%, you can have discipline plus 5%. These actually end up having huge, that's what I was talking about, like, how Muscovy's army is going to be way better than yours. Is usually they're going to have way more morale. They're going to have way more discipline as well. Tactic, like all these end up going up when you increase your tech. So you can see tactics goes up at level 6, level 7, level 9, level 12, shit like that. This will go up, very less frequently. Combat width is actually something to keep in mind. As the game goes later on, only a certain amount of troops can actually be deployed at a certain amount of time. Okay. So right now, your troops 10 stacks are perfect for you because like you're not gonna have to ever worry about it. Even if you merge 2 of them together, 20, you're probably gonna 20 you're not gonna be fine if they're all infantry cavalry, because they're only on this row, this bottom row. The cannons are the ones that go back here, which you unlock at military tech 7. That's when you first unlock cannons, which they're expensive, by the way. They cost like a whole ducat a month for one of them. Or like, yeah. Cavalry costs 0.5 ducats a month for one of them, and infantry is about 1.6. Or 0.16 or something like that. Yeah. So like, again, this game is extremely fucking complicated when you really get down to it, but the saving grace is, that's a pause button up there.
Yeah.
StarCraft, you're just kind of going. Even if you're like on an empty game, like without an AI there, and it's just you, it still feels like you have pressure. But I just wanted to make sure I explained like kind of combat a bit more in depth now that you've started, and especially since you've talked to me about wanting to fight Muscovy.
Yeah.
So I feel like you need to have that a bit more. Okay, one last thing before you say anything, is cavalry. Since you're a horde, you have the advantage of, I think you can have, fuck, where would this be? So normally you can only have like about 10%, or like something like that. If you were like a European nation, you could only have like 10% cavalry to your infantry, or 25% or something like that. But I think as a horde, you can have 50% cavalry. So that's what this means. You would get like a debuff if you had too much cavalry. Like, so that's why I only say either have like 1 or 2 at the start of the game. Like, to be efficient, you want 2, because if you look, these guys are, this is your cavalry, I'm 90% sure. I don't know, but like they're hitting much more troops than anyone else. You see like the 4 down there that's hitting, these guys are only hitting 3 at a time. The cavalry are going to be at the edges, and if you have too many, then it's not going to be hit. It's only going to be hitting like 2 over here. And that Aruma guy that I told you about, he's done the math on like efficient cavalry. I haven't watched like his stream clips about it, but like it's very complicated. He's done a lot of math on that shit.
So honestly, most of this you're gonna probably have to re-explain at some point.
Oh yeah, especially when you start actually fighting Muscovy, which probably won't be today.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's kind of what I meant, was like moving forward. Like,
well, Mike, I wouldn't say for sure, because Muscovy might decide, fuck it, I could conquer him at this point.
I don't think they feel as though they could.
Oh no, not right now, but something might happen. You never know, Mike. This game is a bunch of random chances.
That's fair.
So like,
okay, let's
especially since like there's a historical focus that you can check when you are creating a game. I have that turned off because it's not fun.
Oh jeez, what the fuck just happened?
Remember, you sent a bunch of regiments to build and then travel to a certain location. So just let them be. They will form a stack on their own. You also won the rebellion, which now you're in negative manpower again.
Yeah.
What am I fucking these guys?
That's your diplomats. So those guys are. So what they're doing is they're building a spy network, which allows you to get claims. So the top one is no guy, and the bottom one.
Timurids, right?
Yep.
I was just checking.
Again, you're gonna get really good at the 1400s flags. Like that's one thing I have in the back of my head is just if I see a certain flag from the 1400s, I know who it is.
What a weird flex.
Dude, it's just one of the things you learn from this game. I don't know how else to say it. It's just genuinely like you're gonna know flags from the 1500s. I mean, then you get like in the 1600s, you get Great Britain's flag. It's like, oh, I know that one.
Oh, wait, hold on. So, supply limit is what allows these guys. So
yeah, how many troops you can have. So that literally means you can have 22
here.
there.
22 or 22k?
You can have 20. Well, it's 22k.
Yeah.
The 22 is just like, it's shorthand. I don't know why they didn't include the K. But.
Okay, so nothing seems to be oversupplied.
Yeah, you're pretty good over there. There's a lot of areas, like if you were in Africa, sometimes it's like as low as like 6.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about that mechanic until just now, and I should double check.
Also, I don't know if you want to try one of these. These taste fucking fantastic.
I don't really like watermelon. I like watermelon, like actual.
Yeah, but the
same
flavor.
thing as coconut.
We were talking about flavoring earlier
Yeah.
today.
Same thing as coconut.
yeah.
I like watermelon and I like coconut. I do not like watermelon.
It just tastes
or coconut
exactly like the
flavored
watermelon
things.
Jolly Rancher.
I don't like the watermelon Jolly Rancher. I think
Okay,
it's
fair.
not good.
Fair. You're gonna want to lose the money since you have a fuck ton of money. You don't want to lose the stability because that'll be like 200 admin points.
Yeah.
Again, game of random chances. Also, I love it. Did you notice how the short did on you getting the fucking comment?
I did. It did pretty well.
Yeah. Did you see the people in the comments? So like, someone in the comments mentioned. So you know how shorts like will replay
Yeah.
once you finish it. Someone thought you got it twice in a row.
I did see that.
That would have been so fucking evil of the game. But I think there might be a cooldown of like a certain amount of time if you get a specific one. Okay, so
Jesus Christ! Why are these guys so?
no.
ass?
His was ass. We discovered an agent.
Oh.
Theirs was ass.
Anyway, my bad. My bad.
But anyway, if we look at R right now, okay, so you have 3, so 25, 30, 35. It's probably gonna cost you 40. Let me just check myself. If we went here, it's gonna cost you 35 spy network. You have 28 right now, and you're gaining how much a month? 1.7, which is pretty good. It's pretty good.
How would I? Is there anything I can do to kind of like speed up this whole this?
What are you talking about? That?
Just getting manpower.
Not right now, really.
Okay. I
Um,
kind of already did the.
Eventually, like if we go
I-
into your ideas, so we can go here, and imagine if you went quantity ideas. So national manpower modifier plus 50%, which will, as your manpower modifier goes up, I'm pretty sure it's 10% about is how much you gain each month. As you can kind of see, it's like a bit less than 10% or something like that. Then this one, manpower recovery speed plus 20%, regiment cost. Like quantity is pretty good, but you know, usually the meta isn't to go military tech first, because you want to be able to focus on getting these techs right now to stay ahead in that sense. Because each one of these is going to cost you 400 military points. That's really expensive. Like, really expensive. So, you know, usually the idea is to get something more economic or, like, you know, like something like humanist ideas, which is, like, it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
Like, I'd almost recommend you get humanist first, because it just makes the game easier. And also, at the end, idea costs minus 10% means it'll cost 360 instead of 400 for these, which, if you get that first, is the most efficient you can be with that. So, like, getting that last is literally fucking pointless. So, if, like, you decide to not do humanist in the first 2, maybe 3, it's nearly, like, it may be inefficient to do it. Except, well, only in the sense of, like, this. Because, like, religious unity plus 25% is huge. Minus 2 national unrest is fucking massive.
Yeah.
Tolerance is huge. Years of separatism. So after you conquer a province, you haven't encountered this yourself because you haven't looked, but there should be separatism still plus 1, and I think each one is 10 years. So like you start with like 35, 40 years of separatism. So minus 10 years of separatism is fucking massive. Max promoted cultures is huge. I think we did that last time where we promoted a culture.
Yes.
I think it was Kazakh or Siberian. It was one of the two.
We did both.
Yeah. So like that's having 2 more of those can be huge if you're like huge in conquering. Improve relations is big. Like this is all like very good stuff. So technically it's not worthless to get it later, but just the idea of this is way more worthless
So it's
the later
basically
you
gonna
get it.
make people hate us less when we take.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. It makes it easier to conquer. There's also other things that make it easier to conquer that make like core creation cost less, stuff like that. Aggressive expansion impact is less. So like, those are all going to be mostly under the administrative idea stuff.
So unfortunately, right now it seems the vibe is to just kind of hang out. And
Yeah,
let shit happen.
Maybe we should have had those discussions while we were on pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, Witch King, before you got here, we had a literal like 14-minute talk, completely off topic of the game. I'm drunk, if you couldn't tell. You know when you get drunk and your vision is kind of like weird? Not in the sense of like I'm seeing double or like it's moving, it's just like You know how old?
It feels like
You remember how old-fashioned movies would like be more obvious about how it has each like frame split between darkness and then frame darkness, frame dark. You know how movies work, right?
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that's happening to me.
I feel like sometimes when I get drunk, things look like how they used to look in the 90s.
That's fair.
Like, you remember
that's accurate to how I'm feeling right
You
now.
remember being a little kid and colors just felt more vivid? Like,
No, I think that's just depression for us, Mike. Mike, literally, ever since middle school, I've explained this to my parents actually recently. Nothing looks real anymore. It all looks fake. Sometimes I get hit with the, wow, it's warm out. I'm high. Everything feels real for a second.
I feel like it felt...
Also, you do not need to pause that. It's something about a different nation.
Oh, jeez.
That is not.
I feel like it feels...
Oh, I would say you have to do something is probably the way you go for that 100% of the time. Especially because it's only 15 ducats, you have 600.
Yeah.
Like, it's really not worthwhile. You're losing money right now, by the way. I don't know why. Missionary no? I mean, that shouldn't be... You're not...
Army maintenance?
No, because...
Quite a bit.
I don't know what made you start... Oh, right, you have more troops now.
Yeah.
That's what started making you less money. You don't need to really worry about that right now.
Okay.
Because, you're losing only a ducat a month. That's going to take 599 months, or 582 months.
Yeah.
And by then, you'll have your economy fixed. So you do not need to worry about that.
Okay.
I mean, maybe every so often keep an eye... Oh, military leader died. So you might want to... You don't need to pause for this.
Okay.
So what I normally do is, what I'll do is just click and drag. You hit N. If you hit N, you open the leader menu. So you don't have to go click here. And then I'll just... I mean, that's a pretty shit leader. Not actually, if he didn't have the siege pip. So what those dots are called are pips in the game. Or at least in the community, we call them pips. If he didn't have that siege pip, he'd be fucking awful. But the siege pip makes him a little bit, decent. Because it's uncommon to get a siege pip for the most part. But, right now we're kind of sitting. You have 6,000 manpower. You can definitely claim. Look at those fucking diplomats. Look at those guys with those points. You can definitely claim some shit in the Timurids and no guy.
I feel like it's not worth it.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Oh my god, yes it is.
Oh.
Because then, if your agent gets discovered, you get knocked down to 25, and then you can't do it. You have to. It's gonna cost 40 each time now for no guy. And then you got the Timurids. If you, you can do any bordering. Remember, you have to border them. And if you had like actual like water tiles that you could make boats in, it'd get a bit more confusing with what you can touch. You're not. You need to build a spy network against it if you want. Actually, hold on.
That's what I was gonna do.
You have almost all the bordering claims you can with him, except for that one. You see that one right above your 10
So
stack?
why would I not just go for that one throw spine?
I mean, you can if you want, but it's not a big deal.
I'm gonna do it.
You can do what you want. Remember, this is your save file. I'm not trying to be too much of an
I'm
influence.
gonna do it. There's no reason to not do it.
I mean, yeah, for the most part. Except for the fact that you have no diplomats home anymore, so if you need to do something, you're gonna have to recall one of them.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
These definitely work stronger than you think.
Yeah.
8%? Jesus Christ. 8% in this little thing is probably a lot.
No,
It's 8% still.
8% is 8%.
8% is 8%, yeah.
Um,
I used to teach algebra in freshman year. The teacher, if they had to leave the room, they'd count on me to teach the lesson.
oh, I would have hated you if we went to the same school.
Oh my god. Dude, it was only freshman year that I was a smart kid. Then liver disease happened. Then we would have been good friends because it would have been like, oh, you dropped to the bottom 50 of the class now. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
You want to smoke some weed? Yeah,
honestly,
I do.
Honestly, freshman year, I feel like, even though I was, like, not going... I
went to a trade school, so, like, freshman year, we all had the feeling of, like, we don't know half the school at least. Brockton
like,
knew the most of people going
Yeah.
there, but, like, even still, you didn't know 40% of the kids.
Yeah, but, like, even, like, freshman year, freshman year was weird because I was, like, still at the point of, like, kind of being a good kid, but also kind of...
Turning into a delinquent.
Like, I would, like...
You were doing your Sailor Moon transformation.
Yeah, basically. Like, I was not showing up to class all the time, but, like...
That started for me in junior year
When
because I had a history teacher.
When I was showing up to the class, like, I was, like... And this was even through, like, sophomore year, too. Like, I, like... as much as I wouldn't show up to class, it's like the stuff in high school is so you can infer a lot of information
Oh my God.
just by like context.
I don't know if they made you read in like middle school The Boy in the Striped Pajamas for summer reading.
I did not read that.
Well, that was one of our like four. So usually in summer reading in my town, we got to like pick on a list, but The Boy in the Striped Pajamas was like a selected reading for everyone to do, just because like they were gonna make us watch the movie after we all take tests on it. I did not read a single page of that book. And I scored an 80 on the test once the school year started. Because, like, I was a history buff. At this point, I started playing Mountain Blade. I started looking at EU4, right? So, like, and I started looking at other games that are, like, World War II sims. So, like, I knew about World War II. I did not need to read that shit whatsoever. I already knew.
I feel like, too, like, it, like, as much as some stuff in high school is kind of just dumb and it's like, why do I need to know this? A lot of it is pretty easily inferred.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
except for math.
Even though I wouldn't show up to class for, like, a week straight, like, I could kind of just, like...
The difference is like, in math and science, that I think it's a bit less like that more. Like, there's definitely some lessons where you can do that, but there's a lot more often where it's like, fuck, I don't understand a word I'm looking at.
I feel the opposite, and I feel like history is...
I feel like that's because we're opposite brain sides or whatever.
Fair. But I feel like I wasn't into, like, games like this or, like, history or anything like that. So, like, you go to, like, you show up to history class for the first time in a month.
I know exactly what's going on.
You know exactly what's going on. But for me personally, I sit down to take that test. This is the first time I'm in class for a month. I don't know a single one of the names on the test. I don't know what happened. You could say something to me and I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely a thing I like know about, but I couldn't tell you what year it happened.
I think it was my sophomore year that I had this history class, but I remember being out for a little bit and then having to retake a test on a computer while everyone else was like doing a lesson plan or whatever. And I literally did not study, did not know I had to take it. I got 100 on it. And like literally someone else next to me, I think it was Taylor, like the one who I'm talking about, Taylor D. She doesn't go by that last name anymore, so I don't feel bad using that initial.
Yeah. Does she not? Oh.
No, she does not. I don't know why. But, maybe parent thing. But whatever.
Regardless.
She literally, I think she got like a 60 on it. And she, like, tried, and she was there in the classes for it. And she was like, what the fuck, David? Like, this is why I got the reputation. Like, whenever schedules got handed out, people would look to me to be like, did I get in the smart class? And, like, that did not count after freshman year.
My high school, like, your, like, class would full on tell you if you were in the smart class.
Oh, yeah, but, like, no, but, like, people just meant, like, if I'm with David, that means I'm in the smart class, period.
Yeah, but, like, right on the schedule, it would say, like, CP, CPA, AP, honors, and, like, that's how you knew if you were in the smart
But, I mean, yeah, but, like, honors and, like, CP, like, I'm just saying, like, normal classes without being, like, because they're in, at least in my high school, there was different levels below AP and honors.
Yeah,
and
CP
stuff like
CPA.
that. Well, yeah, but like I guess it wouldn't list those parts. But like AP and AP honors and stuff like that, they would list and shit like that, just cause
Oh no, we listed everything. You knew if you were in the dumb class or not.
Oh yeah, but no, 1 year. So like I think it was my senior year. No, it was maybe it was my senior year. I was with Jake, and someone else that you might know from shows, but I don't think you really knew him. I don't remember his name right now, but I was in their math class. This is actually how I got invited to that barn show. Was actually being in this class, but I was with you know how there's always that one teacher that has a reputation for being the biggest cunt ever for no good reason. They've been teaching there for 50 years.
1 second.
Growing influence in urban cities, 5 legitimacy. You have 100 legitimacy, which is the max. That's the crown thing up there.
But do I want to lose the manpower?
Base manpower in... Okay, if we hit this top left thing here, that is also a go-to button. Or at declared war on Korchin. That does not matter for us. If we go here, that's this province. I mean, it does not matter. Listen. 50 support for feudalism. You have no support for feudalism here right now. So if we went... Which one is it? This one? You know, you don't need the feudalism in this part, because it's not like... You know, you're still gaining 0 per month. It just means when feudalism finally... It is basically ready to reach you. But, like, again, the 50 won't get you that. It's not like it's going to get you half, I don't think. It might get you half. This is up to you. Again, you get nothing from clicking this button. You get absolutely nothing. Here, at least, you gain something for, like, something very minor. again, like, if we look at this, you know, it's gonna maybe make you lose 200 manpower in total from your total. Maybe. You're not gonna lose up on your army force limit, most likely. Depends how close you are to, you know. And there's a threshold for how much of that builds into a next force limit level. I just don't know the math or where to find that stuff.
I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna say fuck it.
Yeah, so again, I don't remember which province that was, but whatever. I'm too drunk for that. Part of me needs to pee again, but part of me scared.
Wait, aren't I vassals with Chagatai? Why?
Yes, so you still have a truce. So like while they have a truce with you, they cannot ask other countries to support independence and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like if you know, you don't have to worry about it because like if we look at
they like
right here, it says loyal attitude.
Yeah.
So they love you. They fucking absolutely adore you. They're like, this is the best fucking. Why didn't we become fucking vassals sooner? Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Like that's how the fucking royalty feel in Chagatai. So it just means that like if they hated you, they could, you know, declare war on you again.
Okay.
Right? It's just a mechanic that allows for vassals to not be completely cocked for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
We discovered an agent again. Does not matter. Part of me I could change it so you don't get those pop-ups, but like, you know, there's a part of me when I'm being serious about the game that likes to know what country's looking at me like that currently.
How do I go to the
How do you go to what?
the ledger? I forget.
Hit L on the keyboard.
Okay. What's up with this?
Okay, so remember the religion mechanic, either mysticism or legalism.
Yep.
I'd recommend checking to see what you wanted to do.
Uh,
You go up there, the hands, and then if
so
you
I
hover
have
over.
been leaning towards mysticism, and
Yes.
I do think the manpower
Oh, yeah.
would be nice.
What was the other one? Again, legitimacy. You're gaining only legalism in that. You're at 100 legitimacy.
Yeah.
So you are gaining nothing out of that. The manpower is 100. Even if you were going for legalism, I'd say go for the manpower on that. So yeah. Yeah. Also, entertain the stream. Don't forget to talk. I need to pee.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully this will turn
Oh,
out
boy.
like it did earlier.
Yeah. Oh.
I'll stand up.
I forgot how it turned out earlier until just now. So, hi. How's it going? I don't know how to entertain you guys without David. So we're just gonna, you know, do stuff. I don't know what stuff, but stuff. I feel like I've kind of fallen a little behind the curve here if we're going after Muscovy. So that's not great. But I don't know if that's entirely true. Because don't entirely understand this game.
I almost fell like 3 times. Because I'm drunk.
Okay, so I was just saying this to them, but...
Them, yes.
Yes. I feel like I've kind of fallen behind the curve. I was pretty close to
In what sense?
like with against Musk.
Muscovy's yet fallen behind. Oh, are they at war with someone?
Did this literally just happen, or am I drunk?
I mean, I could check. Hold on.
We should check, because I feel like 2 seconds ago I was below Muscovy by quite a bit.
Yes, you were.
There's literally.
You were
just
by
happened.
5,000.
Yeah, so something.
So they
literally
lost 9,000 troops.
Just, oh.
Oh, they were. Okay, so right click on their country.
Uh.
So they are at war with Novgorod. They're kicking their asses currently.
Okay. Would now be a good time to move in?
Oh, they're also. Hold on. If we hover over here. Okay, we hover over here. They're also at war with Lithuania.
Hold on, let's pause for a second. Would now be the time to move in?
Wait, so no, are they? Muscovite conquest of Yeah, it's this province. Okay, so I guess they are allies. It might be. So if we look at the ledger again, if we look at Lithuania only has 16,000 troops right now. And then whoops. Oh, do not.
Oh.
I need to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Goddamn hotkey. With Novgorod, they have only 6,000 left. It may be a decent time. You might have to deal with these rebels. That's the issue.
What if I go in here and just don't touch the rebels?
And you also have to deal with all of their
Oh,
vassals.
jeez.
And Livonian Order. Like, yeah, like, that's 54k plus 7. That's 61,000 troops versus your
So the
40.
Great Horde will join.
Yes, but again, that's 40,000 versus 60,000. You could win. I could probably... I could finesse that shit. But even I would see that and be like, maybe I shouldn't.
Do you think...
And the thing is like, in the position you and Muscovy are in, the way the mechanics work is like Novgorod and Lithuania are going to be their only enemies, and maybe Poland for like a long time. And also you haven't met Denmark and Sweden yet, and all them yet, so you can't be friends with them.
Do you think there will be a better time?
Possibly. It's really hard to predict because of how random this game gets.
I personally feel like this might be the only chance. I feel like if
I mean, the thing is, you're risking your entire save. Like, the thing is, what you could do now is you could instead be like, well, let me just get stronger while I wait for Muscovy to be weaker. Because, like, the thing is, you gotta remember, you are here. You are blocking Muscovy's expansion westward. Completely. Normally, when you're thinking about this, you're thinking of maybe, like, you're down south. Or, like, you're playing as Norway. You're thinking Muscovy is just gonna curb stomp Uzbek and Nogai and all them over there. So, like, right now, he might never expand towards you, and he might stay this strength forever. While you have the room to expand the other way. That's one thing you also have to keep in mind here.
So my concern is they're gonna take Novgorod and quite a bit of Lithuania.
They're not going to take anything in Lithuania, I don't think. Maybe one province, because they're not the main focus of the war, so they're going to cost double the war score. Also, you have Uzbek tribes that are about to rebel.
So it might be better to just handle that.
Yeah, you got to handle that first, definitely. You don't want to have to split your troops.
So I do think, like, let them fall a little below where they're currently at, but I don't know if... I feel like if I wait too long... Although I guess there isn't a ton of Eastern expansion they can do. Whereas
No, Lithuania and Poland are like a big wall.
And I can do a ton of westward expansion.
Or southern.
Or southern, eventually.
Well,
Like,
southern would be first. Western would be eventually.
Yeah, the Oryats are going to be a little difficult.
Especially with Mongolia's big. They took a lot of land.
Yeah, but I mean, the Timurids, I feel like is light work at this point.
At this point, yeah. Especially since you spawned those 12,000 troops.
I feel like the Timurids is kind of light work. Everything south of the Timurids is like kind of nothing. Like, I feel like I could do a ton of southern and western expansion and let them just kind of burn out.
I mean, yeah. It also might be better to wait for them to fight Lithuania a bit more.
Yeah.
Because their manpower, you also gotta look at that. Instead of just their troops. Because if they have 0 manpower left, that means any damage to their troops, which again, you check in the ledger. You see manpower, they have 14, they have 11,000 left. Oh, my stomach's starting to hurt. I had too much Cliff Bars yesterday, and now today I've been diuretic. Right, Kaya?
So do you... Oh.
I do not feel good enough to do that. Oh.
Where is...
What are you talking about? Yes. So if you hit F, you can start searching.
What am I looking
Well, you can start typing in the O one with the 2.9 next to it.
Oh.
Holy fuck, my intestines are starting to hurt. My instincts are telling me to drink tea, but I feel like that might make it worse with the sugar. If any of those other 23 provinces, by the way, had any revolt risk, they'd be at the top of the other one. So all the other ones have 0.
Losing confidence in your government.
Oh, your king died, so when that happens, you lose the stability.
Okay.
You might want to go into your country's menu, click on the flag. I'm just telling you what your heir's at. And then, yeah, you're there. See where it says boost?
Right here.
Yeah, so it's going to cost you a bit, but I'd recommend boosting to 0. Just keeping it at 0 is probably a wise thing to do. I mean 0 or above, but like it's going to cost you a lot to start getting more.
Would
So,
it be a smart idea to maybe throw an advisor in?
honestly, I was almost thinking it might be a smart idea to get rid of your other advisor if you want to start making money.
Really?
You're losing money right now. It wouldn't be smart to take another advisor.
But isn't he gonna kind of fix the economy? Wasn't that the
No,
whole plan?
he is not fixing the economy. He is helping you with, in case you want to annex Chagatai.
Oh, which I'm kind of not really looking to do.
Yeah.
So.
Again, but it helps with getting the extra monarch point a month. But
I feel like I'm kind of bleeding money is not great right now, though.
yeah, now you're making money.
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah. I can kind of tell the change in your voice showed. Toilet stream.
Maybe. It's not a liver flare, I don't think.
Well, you've been kind of about to shit your pants the whole day. So I
Well,
guess.
yes, but like it feels like a mixture between the two,
Hmm.
which is weird.
That is unfortunate.
Yes, but it also feels like I could puke maybe. Again, all I've had is a shot, a mixed drink, and a small seltzer. Like, I hate liver disease. Fuck liver disease. Are you kidding me? And you probably feel perfectly fine.
Yeah, kind of.
Fuck you.
Are you okay? Then?
I am okay.
Okay.
We're probably going to have to end at the hour mark, but
Fair enough. We're 4 minutes out.
yeah, we haven't done... The only thing I feel bad about is we've done fucking nothing in the game this stream. Oh, Chagatai wants to royal marry you. Yeah. Since your ruler died, you know, it's like, oh yeah, that ended. Again, I explained to you how,
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, Timurids are at war. But I explained to you how, like, asking the other country will make it tied to your ruler.
Yeah.
So since they asked first, it'll be tied to their ruler's death.
Yeah.
So if their ruler dies, it ends. But if your ruler dies again, it does not end. Ooh.
I feel like not a whole lot's happened this stream.
Well, yeah, we spent 30 minutes to 40 minutes paused.
That's fair. Even unpaused, sometimes not a lot happens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's just this game. Sometimes this game is just you sitting there watching a screen do nothing.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is the life. And the people who love this game, they sign up for that when they watch it, so.
Yeah. I feel like maybe throwing one of these 10 stacks down south might be a good idea.
It's not a terrible idea.
Just to have it down there.
I mean, you don't fully have to worry about rebels down there, but...
Maybe throw a claim on.
I will say I probably drank too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in the sense of how drunk I am, not in the sense of the pain.
Fair.
This reaction is going to be interesting. Definitely going to have to give a disclaimer that I'm drunk.
We should have done Dark Souls.
No, because...
Drunk Souls is always a good time.
No, because if I was feeling this pain while I still had to play, that'd be an awful combination. I cannot focus on game right now.
That's fair, but Drunk Souls is always a great time.
Yes and no.
Not when you have the liver disease.
Not when you have liver disease. Oh fuck, the hat fell off.
Oh.
We're good.
Do you want to cut stream?
No, we got 50 seconds.
Okay.
Honestly, no, we can start with the intro, the outro though.
Okay.
All right, let's save that game. Whoops. Beautiful, beautifully done. Witch King, I'm sorry we're literally cutting off at the hour mark, but I'm in pain, and yeah, that happens. Life happens. I won't die. Copium. We're coping right now. Over exaggerating a little bit with that. But no, I do hope you enjoyed us doing basically nothing.
Yeah.
Basically nothing. But yeah, no, I hope to see you tomorrow. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna be. Probably Ezio. Probably Ezio collection. But yeah, no. I should feel better. Just drink responsibly in the future. That's what I'm telling you. Although you can already drink legally, probably. So, because he's in Portugal.
This is
And he's 18, so.
He'll be